To get underway as the starting fives have been announced. Sit tight. We'll be back in just a moment. Thanks for tuning in to the NBA on 2K Sports. It's Wednesday, hump day, and we're ready to bring you all the action. With Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. We'll be hearing from David Aldridge on the sideline. And now the opening lineup for Detroit. The backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Jalen Duren. And it's Thompson in at the 3 slot. And for the Hornets, up at forward, it's Miller and Bridges. Trey Mann is out there with LaMelo Ball. And it's Williams at center locking down the middle. And with a few games in the books, Greg, what's the key for coaches during this part of the season?
And Kevin, if I were a head coach, I'd be trying to nail down my best 5. NBA games are mostly decided in that final 3 or 4 minutes. So I want to know who I can trust when it matters most.
Cunningham looking it over.
I got him.
Out to Thompson. Lets the 3 fly. Offensive rebound. The shot by Stewart with no one around. No good on the 3. And here's Bridges. He'll bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. The tray. Thompson with the rebound. Detroit's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. I got a few minutes with the Hornets head coach. We talked about how dialed in he is on Cade Cunningham in this matchup. Coach told me the key is not to let him get into a rhythm early on. That might mean we have to throw different defenders at him. Maybe send them double teams, too. Everything is on the table tonight. We'll see what they come up with for Cade. Guys?
All right, David, thanks. Mann with it. Ivy defending. Mann passes to Williams. Missed inside. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Here's Cunningham, and Bridges with the block.
That's 0 for 4 now. Time to slow it down and maybe get the best possible shot the next time down.
Here's Mann. Ivy defending. Mann can't hit.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it. And what strikes me about Cade Cunningham is he's still growing. He's still capable of doing more on the floor, and he has the work ethic and attitude to make those improvements and become a real factor on the floor.
And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Just rising up with purpose. Allow Bridges to get this kind of positioning. He is going to hammer it home.
Now, here's Ivy. It's tipped. It's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Miller.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
On the wing, Thompson. Covered by Miller.
And you know Miller was in his head on that one. Nice job just staying connected, making the shot uncomfortable.
Here's Mann. Now on the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
And that's a great piece of work to get to the hoop there. Just tore the D to shreds.
Ivy kicks to Stewart. Miller against Thompson. Back to Stewart. That's tipped. Just 5 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Pistons able to retain possession here. First quarter of basketball, just over 2.5 minutes play. Just 2 to shoot. Bucket is good.
Young players with these kind of moves are showing you that they're getting more patient on the inside, and Cade showed that time.
Ball dishes to Bridges. Lets it go with the 3. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Cunningham passes to Ivy. Now here's Stewart. Cunningham outside. Shoots over Ball. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession.
And checking out the stats for Brandon Miller. How he performed last season. put up about 17 points a game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. You know, year one, he was learning the ropes. I think he's hoping to make a much bigger impact in his second campaign.
Absolutely. As a rookie, the game just goes incredibly fast. Sophomore year, things start to slow down.
Back to Williams. Ball kicks to Miller. Launches a 3. Bridges. And Bridges able to finish. Bridges has got his second bucket of the night.
You just can't teach that size. Bridges has the wingspan, those broad shoulders, just a tremendous rebounder for a wing.
And the Pistons decide to take their first timeout right here. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And that was a game to forget. You'd like to find some teachable moments, but I think they'd like to just turn the page and move forward.
Yeah, and quick, like as quick as possible. That was a dismal showing, especially for them at the offensive end.
And some changes here for the Hornets. Nick Richards, he's checked in for Williams. And it's Cody Martin in for Trey Mann. Detroit also making some changes. Harris is checked in for Stewart. And it's Fontecchio in for Thompson. Recent times have certainly been tough in Detroit. Break 14 wins last season, a franchise record low.
And Kevin, if you look, Detroit's last 5 seasons, 23 wins is the most they've had. So their fan base hungry for a winner in the Motor City.
And the Pistons with possession here. After the basket by Charlotte.
Such a growing part of Ivy's game, encouraging to see him pick up assists like that.
The Hornets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Now here is Miller. Still scoreless. And that one goes long. 1:21 left to play in the first quarter. They get it back. And Bridges with the block.
And the impact Bridges makes on the defensive end, showing he's not to be messed with.
Here's Harris. From outside the arc. The Hornets pull it in. Bridges has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Charlotte moving it around. Throws down the alley-oop slam.
Good anticipation from this crafty wingman. Bridges enjoys taking chances and going for the alley-oop.
Now here's Cunningham. Over ball. Here's Duran. Banked in off the glass.
Such a great offensive rebounder. It's so hard to keep Jalen Duran off the glass there.
Outside Martin. Ball with a wide open look. Sinks the triple.
Yeah, that's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
And the coach over there just asking for one simple thing, and that's some effort. Got burned on that one.
Now here's Cunningham. Going inside. Shoots over ball. Cunningham's shot is off.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Bridges. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. 10 points for Miles Bridges.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Here's Cunningham. Can't hit from 12. And that concludes the first quarter of play. It's Charlotte up by 7. We've got more in store for you right after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. What stands out to you guys from the Hornets in this one?
Well, their effort on the defensive end has set the tone for this game.
That defense has been infectious here as everybody stepping up aggressively on that end.
And so it's Ball who brings the ball up for the Hornets. 7-point game, the biggest lead in the game. Ball runs point with Martin out on the wing. Up it forward, it's Miller and Bridges. And it's Richards in at the center position. So that's the lineup for Charlotte. Second shot opportunity. Detroit with the rebound. Duren's got 6 rebounds here tonight. Hardaway passes to Harris. And slam dunk by Harris.
All that athleticism from Tobias Harris showing that time.
Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Tobias Harris, over the course of his career, has played a lot at both forward positions. He says, I'm comfortable playing both of them. I'm not big on the position thing. I'm versatile. Kevin, he's just a basketball player and a very, very good one.
I would agree, David. I know you like him. We like him as well. A very skilled one at that. Thank you very much. And the Hornets making a change here. Gibson's checked in. And, Brent, you've seen the way the game has grown over the years. The skill level of the league is higher than ever.
Yeah, the talent level, Kevin, that is on display on a nightly basis in this league is staggering. But a lot of kids out there watching what's going on, they're going to push this game even further. How exciting is that?
It's stolen by Cunningham. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
And that's good thought process from Cunningham, just in position to come up with a steal.
Outside, Martin. A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Bridges inside the three-point line. That's the 6th make from the field. He's taken 9 shots and missed but 3.
A dangerous score from just about every area. Bridges very good at capitalizing in a number of ways.
And slam dunk by Harris.
And look at Harris just going for it up high for that alley-oop.
Martin the pass to Miller. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far. Deep 2 from Ball. Duren pulls it in.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. That's on Miles Bridges.
The drive to be great is something that Cade Cunningham quietly possesses, and he has all the tools to be a very special player.
Brent, we talk about guys on the brink of stardom. Cade Cunningham is right there.
Yeah, the 2 areas you'd love to see Cade improve on is just taking better shots and making plays for others. He has that instinctually, Kevin, as a point guard at his size. But as his team grows, the appreciation for what Cade Cunningham can do on the floor, that will grow too.
And Bridges with the block. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Martin finds Bridges. Launches it. Scores the bucket. He's 7 for 11 and continues to look good.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over. You look at Miles Bridges. He's been playing really well.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
With a break in the action, we've got a chance now to look at last year's top rebounders. Number 5 is Jalen Duren.
What a season he had in the paint. I mean, his rebounding numbers really mind-boggling. Who wouldn't love to have a guy like that?
Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. Now, here's Cunningham. Now, Stewart. Shot clock at 6. Hardaway against Martin. Hardaway, no good. Hornets leading by 6. No good there. Good D by Thompson.
And he thought he had a clear path to the hoop, but the defense didn't give up on that play and cut him off.
And Cade getting up that time.
Hornets have gone just 2 of 8 shooting here in the second quarter. Here's Micic. Still yet to score. Here's the three. Thompson with the rebound. Pistons trail by 4. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 7 rebounds in the game. Martin kicks to Bridges. Green in the post. Guarded by Hardaway. Green, no luck. The Pistons have gotten a little under 50% of their second quarter shots to find the mark. 4 of 9 all told. 1:25 left to play in the first half. Fades and shoots. And with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 2 on the basket from Cunningham.
And the confidence growing from this young guard, Cunningham, dropping in the jumper.
Outside Gibson. Bridges outside. Passes it to Martin. Shoots it up. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
Not just the accuracy in the quarter, it's his movement and the energy that's getting him on this nice roll.
Thompson outside. And here's Cunningham. 8 points for him. Trying to find Thompson. He gets it to him. Good, and the assist goes to Cunningham. Cunningham's got 3 assists in the game. Bridges passes to Green. Back to Bridges. Off target from outside.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
8-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Cunningham passes to Thompson. There's the lob to Duren. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
No stopping that. Duren at his size, dominating that alley-oop.
Bridges for 3. Duren pulls it in. Duren's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. 20 feet out. And so it's tied as we head to halftime. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Taking a look at the Hornets. Kenny, give us your take.
Well, their success was largely about second chance points. They crashed the offensive boards heavy in the first half. I love how they fight for every 50-50 ball like it's the last ball on earth.
Check. What'd you think about the Pistons?
Well, the story is their poor shooting. Under 40%. You got to give the East credit. They look uninspired. It'd be nice to see fewer isolation plays, more ball movement, and creating for each other.
And that does it for our halftime show. We now take you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third period.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. What can you say, guys? Miles Bridges, an impressive effort here today.
Yeah, and through the first 2 quarters, he has been the offense for this team.
Yeah, he's shouldering the load right now and looking really comfortable while he's doing it.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. On the floor for Detroit, the backcourt pair will be Cunningham and Ivy. Isaiah Stewart out there with Thompson. And it's Duren in at the 5.
The corner is not a problem for Ball. He's confident he can make that.
Pass to Duren. Over Williams. Duren, no good.
Well, the defense was right up on him, so electing to go for the fadeaway there to create some room, well, that makes sense.
Thompson with it. Williams picks him up. Williams with the block. To the middle. Here's Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. Ivy passes to Duren. Second half rolling along now. About a minute play here. rebound by Williams.
You talk about things at halftime, and then you come out and you go 0 for 3. I'm sure that wasn't up on the board.
And when you take a look at Jalen Duren, a big man, Greg, who seems to get better each and every season.
Well, you know, he averaged a double-double in his second season. I especially like how hard he goes after rebounds. This guy has a bright future in this league.
And the first one drops.
Yeah, and the confidence Bridges plays with, really admirable. This guy knows he has the talent to compete in the NBA.
Both free throws good from Bridges.
Makes it pretty tough on the defense. Who you going to pick to send to the free throw line? Well, he's hitting the free throws right now. Form looks good.
Cunningham for 3. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
That's a big donut, folks, here to start the second half. 4 straight they've missed.
And again, the Hornets missing. And so it's Thompson with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. 7-point differential. Atlanta will be traveling to face them after this game. They start a 3-game homestand with that game. And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. Obviously, the Pistons are in the midst of a long rebuild. 2 seasons in a row at the bottom of the league standings. Last season, they had the worst record in this once proud franchise's history. And that counts the record-setting 28-game losing streak that they had. It's pretty clear that this could be a long road back to redemption. Kevin?
Yeah, could is the operative word. This could be indeed. David, thank you. The shot by Ivy, no good.
Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Well, a missed box out and an easy tip in, but it's because of the activity as the ball is going up, finding yourself in the right spot, just using some effort.
Pass to Thompson. And Miller with the block.
And good length and athleticism give Miller an advantage at the defensive end.
With him struggling tonight, they need to find some other options out there to keep themselves in the game. That's just tremendous scoring instinct. So fun to watch him work in the half court.
Ivy passes to Duren. Kicks it to Thompson. Takes a 3. And he's good on the 3-ball. Thompson's got 9.
If he develops a consistent 3-point shot in his first few years, Thompson's going to be scary.
The pass to Mann. Fires for 3. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Williams. Mann's got the lead back up to 9 now for Charlotte. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Cunningham against Ball. To the inside. And stolen by Williams. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Taken 3rd overall in 2020, LaMelo Ball is a unique player. Like his brother Lonzo, very tall at the point at 6'6", and he'd much rather pass it than shoot it.
Nick Richards. He's checked in for the Hornets. Green comes in for Brandon Miller. And then for Detroit, Reedy's checked in for Duren. Tobias Harris comes in for Isaiah Stewart. And it's Fontecchio in for Asar Thompson. Here's Mann. The putback. It's good on the putback. Richards got the lead up to 13 now for the Hornets.
Well, defensively, they've been flat in this second half. A very different type of team than we saw in the first.
Harris finds Ivy. We've got 1:48 left in the 3rd. Looking to end the run. Williams with the block.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Chalk up 2 there. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for Charlotte.
Great job by this team closing out, blocking a bunch of shots, and just a tremendous effort defensively.
Man, scoring off of turnovers is so helpful. I mean, you get easy opportunities at the rim. It devastates the opponent. They've done a great job tonight of converting on those chances.
Time called here. The Pistons decide to talk it over.
Trying to snap them out of this little slump.
Well, they can't find the net right now, and all they need, I think, is just to get one to go, get back on track.
Seth Curry, he's checked in for Charlotte. Fontecchio with it, guarded by Green. Cunningham outside. 6 to shoot. It's good from about 19 feet. Cunningham's got 10 points in the game.
Yeah, some retro action from Cade Cunningham, the mid-range J.
Outside Curry. There's 57 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. There's the lob to the hoop.
And that dunk reverberated throughout this entire building.
It sure did. Up high and down hard on the windmill flush. Here's Ivy. That one falls.
Such a creative player. I love watching Ivy do his thing in the pick and roll.
Hornets leading by 13. Curry passes to Richards. Now the dish to Ball. Richards with it. Read on him.
Scraping and clawing, doing everything he can to grow that lead.
Emphatic on the putback stuff.
Team's having a tough time containing him, attacking all the way there.
Ball against Cunningham. Harris outside. No good from outside. Here's Green. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That one on Harris. Charlotte shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
And last season, as a team, they knocked down 79% of their free throws, so those are numbers you'll be happy with.
And so it's the Charlotte Hornets out in front by 17 points at the end of the quarter. And their ability to get points in the paint has made all the difference in this one. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, a great job with the eyes, and what separates great playmakers, as we know, is peripheral vision.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Miller. LaMelo Ball is out there with Trey Mann. Then it's Williams. And it's Richards in at the 5. Roam in the paint. So that's the Hornets 5.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Mann. And he drops it in from the low post. Mann's got the first points up on the board here in the fourth for Charlotte. Inside. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. Miller's got his 5th rebound in this one. Passes it to Mann. Williams trying to break free. Mann gets the bucket.
And a nice spark for their offense here in the second half. Now above 50% for the game.
Ivy passes to Fontecchio. Harris outside. Up and in from the low block.
Tobias Harris getting a little bit creative, finding some room on the inside and keeping the defense guessing with that shot attempt.
Here's Ball. Again, the Hornets score.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
Yeah, he's the guy that you want to go to right now, trying to put this one away.
Now, here's Ivy. Harris with it. Now guarded by Ball. Harris outside. Fontecchio passes to Harris. The three. It's rebounded by Charlotte. Next up will be a home game matched up against the Pacers. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home.
And they're drawing more whistles and working their way to the line here in the second half.
In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results. And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Back to man. For 3, Bridges. An absolute bomb from three-point range. Bridges has got 24 points. And so it's Cunningham. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Guys, they're looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Here's Harris. And he can't stop the run as he misses. The Hornets have gone a perfect 4 of 4 to start the final quarter. Can't ask for anything more than that.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate. He's been off the mark, and that hasn't helped them chip away at the lead. It's been a theme here this quarter.
Pass to man. Ball surveying the defense. Offensive rebound, and it's Miller on the foul.
And there's the length and skill working together there. Miller keeping that possession alive.
Pass to Ivy. A look at the clock. A little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. For Jaden Ivey, the offense, Brent, looks great. Defensively, though, there's a lot to improve on.
Well, sometimes as an individual defender, you can look worse because the team defense isn't there. And so there's been sort of this reflective quality about that. But for Jaden to take on or take the next step, certainly defensively with all of that athletic ability, he could be elite on that end of the floor.
Now here's Curry. Clock at 6. Feeds it to Bridges, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And the NBA helping establish academies and even leagues, Greg, on foreign soil. Do you expect more to come?
I do, Kevin. I think the league recognizes it has a big role to play in the expansion of the game globally. Investments being made with the long-term view in mind.
Looking at who's out there now for the Hornets. Grant Williams comes in for Taj Gibson. And Josh Green subbed in for Trey Mann.
He has the potential to be an elite NBA defender for a long time. Thompson can guard anybody.
Green against Thompson. Outside for Curry. 4 on the clock. Over Hardaway. Just couldn't take the lid off. They had their chances, but came up empty. Ivy on the wing. Covered by Smith. Here's Duran. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And putting that powerful frame to use, Duran has no problem playing through contact.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Hornets.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Great timing, anticipation. They got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum of this game.
And so with this win, they'll move to 6 victories on the season.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Miles Bridges.
I just loved his defense. He took pride in swatting away a bunch of shots tonight and made his impact felt.
Here's Williams, following the bucket by the Pistons. Back to Green. over Thompson. A new 14 for Charlotte.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today.
Now Thompson following Miles Bridges' three-point attempt. There's 18 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Smith with it. And so it's the Hornets taking care of business in this one. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Brett Berry, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew. So long and good night, everyone.